Need peace and reparation for my people. Woo.
Oops, I had it on mute. Okay, we gotta, get it right. But welcome everybody to our presentation today. Everyday beauty wellness, beauty and wellness for your everyday life with Cami and LaVelle. I am LaVelle Johnson, and I will introduce, this is Cami DeVoe. She is a wellness coach for almost a decade. She is a member of AADP, which stands for American Association of Drugless Practitioners. So Camille, and I call you famously Cami, because Cami has been also my wellness coach. It helped me through things, and we've known each other for many, many years. So I trust her judgment. So who else better to do this with? So Camille, please tell us a little bit about being a certified holistic coach and also being a member of the American Association of Drugless Practitioners.
Okay, thank you for that great introduction, LaVelle, and I always call her Vellie because we have known each other for so long. So basically, I decided to become a certified holistic wellness coach because I was already doing it for my friends and family. So I said, why don't I get certified? And it just came to me naturally. It's what I love. It's what I would be doing if I wasn't getting paid to do it as far as helping people. The American Association for Drugless Practitioners is basically going to be that I am not a person that's going to prescribe drugs. We talk and work with people through your health and wellness with natural foods, because God gave us everything already here that we need to get to where we need to be with our health and wellness.
Okay. So, wonderful. So I just want to go ahead and add that the reason why we wanted to, well, from on my end, we wanted to try to just let our listeners, our viewers, kind of get an idea. We have knowledge and we share knowledge throughout the years with our clients and our patients, and we just want to be able to share that to you, the viewers. And we're just chit-chatting back and forth about everyday life in health and beauty. So we want to break that down for you today as well. So we're hopefully we'll be able to share this on a regular basis with you. So and there we go. So
and also I just wanted to add to that me and LaVelle always have different conversations, and the conversations that we have, we wanted to make sure that it gets out a little more. It's not necessarily stuff that people would know on a day-to-day basis. Maybe they're not thinking about it because of everything that's going on right now. People are like highly emotional about stuff, but this is just things that we've noticed. And LaVelle did bring some good things to my attention, and we want to just be able to give you some tips to help you get through this, things that you can do at home for your wellness. LaVelle is my esthetician. She's actually been a licensed esthetician for over 25 years. She's worked with dermatologists. She's worked with plastic surgeons. She has her master's, y'all, my favorite part, her master's in Chinese medicine. And she's the owner of L.ZenSkincare and Health. Right. So LaVelle is going to be a person that's going to have a wealth of information that people who just might not know, and I think it's important to give people the information and choices so that you can make your best educated choice that you feel like is going to be best for you.
Oh, thank you for that love, that shout out. I appreciate that so much. I really do. And we just want to go ahead, like you mentioned and I mentioned, we just want to be able to share our knowledge, share our purpose with everyone out there. So there's a couple of things. We both know that COVID-19 has been taking over for, well, we won't say taking over, we won't put that in the atmosphere, but it has shown its ugly head over the last few months. So we want to kind of give some tips from my perspective for the skin, and Cami wants to, she will share her experiences and knowledge from the inside on and on the wellness part of that as well. So one thing I want to talk about is the skin. The skin has there's a normal pH. Our body has normal pH. There's pH inside of our body and outside of our body. But our skin, the normal range of pH is typically 4.5 to about 5.2. That's pretty much the normal range. So anything that is less than that is acidic. Anything above that is alkaline. And water is right at a 7. So that's why it's always good. You see out now, there's a lot of what was been for some years now, there's alkaline water to get you on track. So with your skin. So a lot of times when you see, and we can, there's so much information regarding pH and skin and the right products for your skin. But when it comes to masks, we are using masks now. I feel we should be wearing a mask when we are outside in the public. It's just protecting yourself and everyone that's around you. But many people are experiencing contact dermatitis, which is irritation of the skin, rubbing of the skin. So typically it's around the mouth area and also the lip area. I will say, I will give you an example. I bought some masks when this first hit the ground, and I went on Amazon, and I thought I knew, and I bought it assuming that it was made here, and it was just made out of cotton, but it was made out of 100% polyurethane. And that's not good at all. Polyurethane cause you breathing problems, asthma, and over time it could cause death and lung cancer. So I was like, what in the world is going on? But I ended up getting a sinus infection, and it just made me just say, so let me take a look at this and see what's going on. And I saw that it was 100% polyurethane, so I just reordered some cotton ones, and it made such a difference because I did end up getting contact dermatitis around my mouth, and I was like, oh no, and that causes your pH levels. That's basically the inflammation causes your pH balance to be just totally thrown off. So some of the tips I wanted to share is that you want to make sure that you want to use a gentle cleanser. You want to get a cleanser that will balance out your pH, and it's really hard to find those when you go into the stores. It's not going to say this. Most of them are not going to say what that pH level is, and that's why it is good to have a good skin therapist to help direct you with that. And I'm working on some things right now, so I can't exactly share it yet, but there's some things I'm working on to help with that. You want to use possibly a barrier cream and a diaper cream that's mild enough in those areas that, especially for our healthcare workers, it would be good for them to use that. And just make sure that you're drinking enough water. And if it's, how can I say, if you're exercising around your complex, you want to make sure that, because the sweat and the bacteria can cause that dermatitis, and you want to make sure that you're using your mouthwash, which I believe everyone is using their mouthwash. Don't you think so, Cami?
I mean, I hope they are, because you're going to be smelling your own breath. But but I just wanted to say this. When LaVelle first brought that to my attention, I didn't have a mask like that, but I had talked to some essential workers, and they actually wear 2 masks. They wear the mask that has the filter, and then they had on surgical mask. And the thing that they were saying is around that particular office was that if they didn't have a headache at the end of the day, then they weren't wearing a mask right. So at first I'm like, what? Because, I can't wait till I get in the car if I have to go somewhere to take my mask off. Right. So I can't, I am fortunate enough to be able to work from home, but I cannot imagine. Right. I so appreciate our essential workers. I cannot imagine wearing 2 masks all day and having a headache. So from a wellness standpoint, it made me think about this. The headache could be for a couple of different reasons, but one is going to be not as much oxygen or not as much fresh oxygen, right, that they're getting. And so one of the things that you need to make sure that you're doing is getting fresh air, oxygen in your body. It's a couple of ways that you can do that. I personally have a Himalayan salt lamp. If y'all are not familiar with that, that's actually a natural air purifier. I've always had them. There are diffusers that you can drop essential oils in, like real essential oils, you guys, not fragrances, because that's not really going to help. But it's just little things that you can do at home to set that off, to counteract that, because we don't know how long that it's going to be suggested that we wear the mask. I know some people don't, but when I'm out, I do wear a mask. If I'm at home, I'm not. If I'm in my car, I don't. I'm not driving around with a mask.
Right.
But, I think that is important suggestion, just because we don't know if we're going to come in contact with people and that have it, and then that's basically how it's spread. The other thing is going to be keeping your immune system boosted. A couple of people have reached out to me and they felt like, hey, I'm not a sickly person, I'm fine, but it's not really about you being a sickly person. Right? If you have comorbidities, which are pre-existing conditions, right? So some people feel like, well, maybe that is cancer. Cancer is a pre-existing condition if you have it, but you have to look at stuff that's chronic, what the medical industry say is chronic, but a lot of people think it's normal, right? It's not normal, it's just average, because a lot of people have it. So that would be asthma. That would be sinus issues. If you have sinus issues that's directly related to your breathing, you need to make sure that you are building up your immune system. Because if your immune system is strong, whether or not you have to fight something off, it'll be better equipped. But ultimately, it's about being proactive, so you don't even have to get to that phase. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not trying to have a swab in my nose. That's just me. So I will do extra stuff, you know what I mean? A good supplement, things like that. But just everyday stuff that we can do for our beauty, our face, to keep us sane, relaxing, getting enough sleep. These are elementary things. And you know what? A lot of people weren't doing it to begin with. So now they may not be doing it. They could be a little stressed. I mean, you should be getting more sleep, but people don't realize, when you work from home, you probably work more, because you say, I'm just going to do this one more case, this one more loan, whatever the case may be. People are probably working more now, but self-care and all that, we're going to be talking about in future episodes.
I agree. I agree. Now, what essential oils do you like to use? What would you recommend for
my favorite ones for immune system? My number one for immune system is going to be frankincense.
Okay.
That's my number one always. I think it needs to be a really good frankincense. I know that there's, there's several good ones out there, but you need to make sure that it's a good one. Also, I like, for these times, peppermint, right? because especially if somebody's with sinuses, if you have a diffuser and you're putting peppermint in it, or an asthmatic person, you're wanting to open up and
Mm-hmm.
breathe, especially since we've heard information about it affects your lungs. Like if it's sitting, here for a couple of days and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That
So,
lymph.
this
Yeah.
is not considered, to me, this is an essential oil. I don't think people consider this next one essential oil. It's cold
Mm-hmm.
pressed castor oil.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in getting the most bang for my buck.
Mm-hmm.
For frankincense, it's going to be good for the immune system. It's going to be good for, health and beauty. It's like an all around good oil. And I feel like, hey, if it was good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
Then,
hear you on that. That,
yeah,
that is
castor
true.
oil, because it's almost cold pressed. This is very
Mm-hmm.
important. Cold pressed castor oil,
Mm-hmm.
because it's anti everything. It's antiviral, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial. I mean, I use castor oil. It would be in my first aid kit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
how I feel about it. And I'm not even talking about so much as taking it orally.
Mm-hmm.
Not even that. But if it's if your face it's thick though.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question about this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's thick. So I know, like, I would like put it here. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Right,
Just
your
for me.
lymph.
Yeah, because I know that it can still get into my system. But I
Mm-hmm.
also do lymph massages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and LaVelle probably do a lot of extra stuff that people don't do, but we're gonna be healthy. I'm gonna tell you that. So those are my favorites. From a beauty standpoint, from
Mm-hmm.
a herbalist. I love
Yeah.
Chinese
Yeah.
medicine.
Yeah.
What would you say? What are some of your tips, or what do you feel about this?
Oh, I love castor oil. Like you mentioned, the cold press, and on the beauty stand of that is more getting the blood flow going, like the lymphatic system going, the blood, and in turn,
Oh,
how
excuse
our skin looks is basically how we're treating our insides in the first
me.
place.
Mm-hmm.
So castor oil is great um, for that, because you are moving your lymphatic system. You're getting that blood flow, like in Chinese medicine, you're moving that qi around,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
you're getting that going. So I totally agree. Castor oil is a staple to have. There's many in our kit, little tidbits that we have in our kit, but castor oil is definitely a major one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I totally agree with that. So there was something I was gonna ask you about. I'm trying to think. I can't think right now, but it'll it'll come. This is
Back.
what we do.
We
This is
always
what
have
we do.
conversations. It'll come back.
This is
So,
what we do.
what is, if you can just repeat this, because I know when you first told me, I forgot. I forgot the ingredient. What was that mask made out of that caused the breakouts? So people can kind of look out for that if they're lit. So let me just say this before you tell us that. You
Okay.
guys, right now it's always important to look at the ingredients on stuff.
Yeah.
But right now it's very important, and see where stuff is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me just realize, like, I knew we got stuff from other countries,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess I didn't pay attention, or I didn't realize as much as
Mm-hmm.
how much we get stuff that we think we're getting from here that we're
Mm.
not getting from here.
Right. Right.
So I'm not gonna lie. When LaVelle told me, I did try to find out what my masks are made out of. I sure
Mm-hmm.
did.
It's polyurethane. You do not want anything made with polyurethane. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's known to cause lung cancer, just bronchial issues,
Mm-hmm.
just anything, congestion and breathing issues. So, and asthma. So you definitely don't want anything. And I knew, because we're just in tune. We're just naturally in tune with our bodies, and we know when something's off. And I know, and I'm like, okay, what's going on right here? And then I started having some fatigue as well. So you do not want any mask. Make sure that you look before you purchase cotton, 100% cotton. It's breathable for you to have. So you want to be able to have that. So definitely. And it cleared up my contact dermatitis cleared up like within like 2 days.
Yeah. Good. Because think about it. If people don't know what's going on, that's gonna, I don't know about guys, but for women, that's gonna furtherly, I don't know if that's a word, y'all, but that's going to stress you out further. You know, when your face break out, I had a breakout, and what did I do? Like right now, I can't go see LaVelle. She can't give me a good old facial like I love the oxygen facial that I get, but I had a breakout. And it was one like I never had before. I don't know if it was from the mask, but I thought about it, you know. Look, it's right there. It's flat now, but it was like a knot.
Yeah, and you're covering that area, so you make it a cystic. I had the same thing. I had one like right here, like because it's that friction, and the friction can cause PIH, which is also called post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So you can get those marks from that friction, that irritation. So that's something that you have to make sure that you want to make sure that it's not pressing on your skin, causing that friction. And you want to have the right products to keep that pH in balance as well.
And you know what? It was probably from the mask because it's going to cover here.
Right.
It was hot outside.
Yep. That moisture.
I'm smiling. I'm still talking. It's just a habit for me to smile at people. One day I thought, why am I smiling at people? They can't even see me.
They call it a smize. They call it a smize.
They can still see your eyes.
Yeah.
You know, your eyes smiling. So, yep. And I experienced it too. And I called her. And, you know, if you have questions, LaVelle, if they have questions about their skin, how can they reach out to you to ask you about that?
No problem. They can go ahead. If they look up L.ZenSkincare on Twitter, my Twitter handle. On Instagram, it's L_Zen_and_health. They can go there as well. They can go directly to my website right now. It's www.L.ZenSkincareandHealthStudio.com. And there's a section where you can contact us, and I'll be happy to get back with you. Or you can email me as well at L.ZenSkincareandHealth@gmail.com. All right. And Camille, where can I reach you for any questions and your consultations as well?
If anyone has anything about, you know, boosting their immune system or any questions for me, I am the owner of C. Tallulah Wellness, and I do have a business page on Facebook. So you can reach out to me there. Also on Instagram, I am Coach Cami. So that's Coach_Cami, CAMI. You can reach out to me there, and also, you know, follow us, get some good content. LaVelle is really good about putting out good content that you can use every day, maybe some things that you didn't know. And right now we're learning so much.
We're able to be still a little bit more. And that's right. My group on Facebook is Love Your Skin and Health ! There's another group out there, but they're not United States, and it doesn't have my exclamation. So, but you'll be able to tell. So on Facebook. So Love Your Skin and Health. So yeah.
And are they going to be able to? Can they comment below this when they see this? Can they comment below?
You know, I don't know. I don't think so, but I think on the watch party, when I create a watch party.
Okay, so, and the reason why I asked, so if y'all have questions, y'all can comment under that as well. If you have topics that you want us to talk about in future episodes, you can comment there as well what you would like that to be. If you had questions, because this is all about beauty and wellness, because sometimes people think, wellness is just, they don't think
I think just exercise. It's not just exercise.
it's not just exercise,
It's
it's
whole.
how
It's
you
as a whole.
think, right. And
Mm-hmm.
holistic means I, cover your whole you, right? I
Yep.
can only go as deep as you will allow me to go
Mm-hmm.
with whatever's going on with you, but it's about fixing everything. Just
Mm-hmm.
like traditional Chinese medicine, it's about getting to the root of the issue,
Mm-hmm.
so you're not
Balance.
going to have it, not
Yep.
just covering,
Mm-hmm.
because at some point that it doesn't help at all. I mean, you get some temporary relief, but
Right.
this is what all it's about. So we wanted to do this now because
Mm-hmm.
people are having some symptoms or maybe some issues going on right now, but before it turns into something huge,
Right.
it's stuff that you can do to counteract to help that now.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why we want to do it, because we talk about stuff like this all the time.
Oh yeah.
LaVelle felt like it was a good idea to share it, and I agreed. It is a good idea because sharing is caring.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Sometimes you need to know what, like, she has all type of clients, right? But for me, I just need to know that whoever I'm going to, even though she's my esthetician, is understanding my skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people don't understand everything is not for your skin. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Different things for different skins are going to react differently. But when it comes to, what do you say, contact dermatitis,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
that can happen to everybody.
Right.
Right? Sweating, the dirt comes up, you got that
Right.
mask right there.
The
And
dampness. Yeah.
most people wear their mask more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
do we even know what's the safe amount of times that you can wear a mask?
Right. Because I go back and forth with that, because mine are washable, and so if I have to run out real quick, just like I had to go get an oil change, but I didn't get out the car, and so I hang, and I'm like, okay, I really didn't go that anywhere else, so I'm like, okay, I can use it again, and then so it's hard. There's no playbook for it. So, but
Right.
when, but if it starts to be a hot mess. But I think I
Oh,
heard if
yeah.
it's about average about 3 days, and then you need to put it in the wash. So I guess maybe 3 times average. And
Right.
then
Okay. Because I have a washable one, but I also, this made me think too. So I went to go get my eyes checked. I had an eye appointment, and I had on my mask, my washable mask. And she said to me that I couldn't wear that mask there. I had to wear one of their masks. So she gave me one of their masks, which was like a surgical mask. I had to learn how to wear a mask properly. So I knew that. And if y'all don't know this, here's a quick tip. You put the metal part thing right here so you can push it down, because y'all, my sunglasses was getting fogged up. Eyes feeling away because it's hot air coming up here, but it made me think about, okay, wait a minute. So is my mask really protecting me? If I can't wear my mask, I have to wear the surgical mask? I don't know, but I'm just saying that's something that made me think, and I'm funny. So when I take out my mask in the car, I have a fresh paper towel. I put my mask in the middle. I fold it over. I put it in my rearview mirror, and then I have a spray. This is just me.
Yeah.
I have a spray that's like thieves oil. If y'all don't know what thieves oil is, I'm gonna need y'all to look that up.
Look it up.
Or ask me down in the comment. It wasn't thieves oil, but it was like a blend of what thieves oil. Just real quick. So thieves oil is what they used back in the day to protect them. The grave diggers would put it all over them to protect themselves from the Black Plague. So I'm not comparing the two. All I'm saying is I spray my mask after I use it, let it air out. So for 2 things, and this is just my thinking, this is my personal preference, you guys, because sometimes people go overboard. So I spray it because, 1, if it's anything on it, I want it to kill it. 2, the next time I put it on, I'm kind of breathing that too. So that's an extra barrier in my mind against whatever is out there and why I'm wearing a mask in the first place. So it's just little things like that. But if you want information about that,
yeah,
leave it in
definitely.
the comments.
Yeah, definitely. If you have any questions, we are open to answering. We just want to be able to spread our knowledge and not keep everything to ourselves, because we want to be able to help everyone, or as many people as possible with the information.
Right.
So yeah,
because we're really wanting to. We kind of been thinking about this, having a community of women. I mean, it could be guys too, but we're thinking women where we're able to share stuff with each other. And I'm saying women because women go through a lot. Our bodies go through a lot. Our hair, as we get older, every stage of life is different. Not saying that it's not that with guys, but I feel like we go through more. Generally speaking, we go through more. And it's some things that you can start doing now, whether it's your 30s, your 40s, your 50s,
yes,
that can prevent what could possibly happen to you in the future. So who better than someone who has worked with dermatologists, who has worked with plastic surgeons, who's been an esthetician for almost 25 years and has her own stuff. Traditional Chinese medicine, like that's a plethora of information. Seriously, y'all. So, I mean, yeah, you're my friend, but listen, even if you were my friend and I ain't feel like, you had it together, we'll still be friends. But you just might not be my esthetician. But thank the Lord that I know somebody, that she's my friend, that has this plethora of information that she's willing to share with you, to uplift people, so we can have like community, like a sisterhood.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be having events. Yeah. We have already planned it. It's already out there. We just had to do a little change of plans, a little online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And everyone out there, I'm telling you that Cami, Miss Camille, that I call her Cami, her knowledge of, and just her drive, just to, when she stays busy, she's booking her clients, trying to really help her clients. I think that's that Libra thing, because just trying to help a person get to their goal, and she's really passionate about it. So she is just outstanding, excellent, and I'm not just saying that. She's very thorough with her steps on helping a person. So I just want to shout that out. And she's just a gem. So definitely, if you have questions or need any consultations, to just hook up, and make sure you go to her websites, her Facebook pages, her Instagram. She will definitely help you out. So
sure. I try, because when it's your passion, you just want to do it. And I know how passionate you are. Y'all, if y'all go to her Facebook page, what's the name of your Facebook page? Love.
You talking about the group or my group?
The group.
Yeah, Love Your Skin and Health.
Love Your Skin and Health. You guys, she gets so much information. So much information. You would just have to see it. She does this thing about, I'm going to tell you what I like. I like when you do the different foods for the season, like what's
for the
in
month.
season.
Yeah, for the month. I look forward to that, because July's coming up. Was fresh, because that when you get those, you don't realize, but when you actually pick those fruits and vegetables that are in season, they're the sweetest, and it makes you want to eat healthy. I've been tearing up some okra and roasting some okra. Yes, and there's just so many things, and I think when we learn the knowledge and knowing how it helps us, and we just need that fuel and energy, and it helps the skin, like blue, and not only internally, like, again, it's just a full circle, because things that we ingest eventually is going to come through our pores. The skin is the largest organ of our body. So that's why it's so important. I mean, I know people know more about that now than it was back then, but some people don't realize anything that's coming out of your pores, your body, is
Mm-hmm.
what you're digesting. And your gut is really like they say, your gut is almost more important than your brain. I mean, your brain is important, but those are the two separate receptors of the body. And so your gut, and that could be another topic we can talk about regarding CBD and how the different receptors with that. But it's so important. And if you notice, that's another thing regarding your pH. Your pH balance is like, there's certain meats that are acidic, that can cause different smells, so that it's important. And there's allergies. People are very sensitive to certain things, and that goes back to the inflammation on the inside, which causes inflammation on the outside of your skin. Eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis. So those are some factors. Even though some of those are hereditary, but some is acute, that will just come all of a sudden. So it's important.
Yeah. So in the health and wellness industry, we call our gut the second brain. Because think about it. If your stomach is hurting, you don't want to do too much. You don't want to do too much if your stomach is hurting. So that is very important. And it's some information that you told me, that like my brother was like having forehead breakouts, but I knew that his stomach was bothering him too. So I know that I don't know exactly where it was, but it was his forehead. It's going to be related to his gut. And so I told him, I was like, hey, something going on with your gut. What's up with the probiotics? Step into my office. Let's just help you.
Yep. Probiotics is huge. Probiotics is huge.
Sometimes don't want to listen to you, but yeah, they are. They are.
Yeah.
And this is a whole other thing about when you get prescribed those antibiotics by the doctor, then what?
Exactly. You want to keep,
because they're don't say it yet. But there is a step after that that you need to do. And LaVelle gonna tell you all about it in another episode.
Well, yeah. Because I just want to reiterate that every client that I've seen, that future clients, the first thing I ask them, are you taking a probiotic? I go through an extensive consultation, 4 pages actually, because there's so many things that are related to why we have skin conditions, skin issues. So the first question I ask, are you taking a probiotic? And if it's no, then I want to see you get a good probiotic, not just anything that's out there, but just a good, good recommendation. Yep, exactly.
That's a lot with good supplementation.
Oh yeah, taking your vitamins. It's all about that balance. So yeah, we could go on and on and on about everything. We get excited about it. Yep, we get excited about it.
All right.
So this has been great. We want to keep, again, if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to know or elaborate on, we'll be happy to do this again. And hopefully, I know this is pre-recorded, but we want to be able to at some point, do live Q&As with you as well. So, but Cami, is there anything that you want to add before we roll out?
I think we covered a lot.
Okay.
We covered a lot. We gave some good tips. They can start some gyms. They have a way to reach out to us. They can comment below, if it's something that they want to talk about specifically, or they want us to cover, or if you want to be private about it, you can reach out to one of us or both of us. I think we pretty much covered it. We just wanted to scratch the surface, and we actually went a little deeper.
Right.
So I think we're good for now.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, everyone, this concludes our presentation today. We are so happy that you tuned in with us today. We hope, and just shout out to all the fathers. It's Father's Day weekend. So shout out to all the men, even the men that aren't fathers, that play a role. So your
And somebody else.
uncles and everyone else that play a role. So we thank you for tuning in to Beauty and Wellness for Your Everyday Life with Cami and LaVelle. And then until next time, you be well. Thank you. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you, LaVelle. I just want to say, I always say this, take it in baby steps. Don't get overwhelmed with all this information we gave you. You can change one thing. If you change one thing right now, take one tip and start doing that, you're going to see a difference if you're consistent with it. So don't get overwhelmed. Think you have to make all these changes. Take it in baby steps.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. And thank you, LaVelle, for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And then everyone, until next time, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.